Hello, this is Craig from bitsbox.co.uk. This is another video in the Let's Talk About series, and today we're going to talk about Thunderwolf Cavalry. And of course, I have Space Wolves Codex here. So, Thunderwolf Cavalry, they're essentially just wolf guard who ride Thunderwolves. Thunderwolves are large wolves and they're quite feral creatures, but every now and then some wolf guard will tame them and be able to ride them into battle. They are meant to be few and far between in the Space Wolves army, so sort of fluff wise you don't see a lot of Thunderwolf Cavalry, but in the game I think we do see a lot of them. So let's take a look at their stats and see why. So their stat line is better than the average Marine. They have weapon skill and skill 4 as normal, but they have strength 5, toughness 5. They have 2 wounds each, they're initiative 4, and they have 4 attacks, as well as being leadership 9 with a 3+ save. But they also come as standard with power armor, chainsword, bolt pistol, frag and crack grenades, and the Thunderwolf mount. So having the Thunderwolf mount means they move as cavalry, so they're very quick. The Thunderwolf mount is also what gives them the strength 5 and toughness 5. Of course, having a bolt pistol and chainsword means that they have 5 attacks as standard, so that's 6 attacks on the charge, and because they're quick you could get the charge off more often than not. So points wise, there's 120 points for 3 of them, so they're 40 points each. And I think for 40 points, yeah, it might seem like a lot of points, but I think for what you get, they're definitely worth it. You can also take items from the melee weapons list, as well as being able to take melter bombs. You can also give them bolt guns if you really want to. Personally, I wouldn't. And you can also give them plasma pistols. So, we go to the melee weapons list. So there's a lot you can choose from here. Power weapons, storm shields, frost swords, frost axe, wolf claws, power fists, thunder hammer, and a pair of wolf claws. I think a storm shield for 15 points is a really good option for these. If you give them a storm shield with maybe a frost axe or a power fist, I'd quite like to do that. 2 wolf claws is not a bad option either. I prefer to mix in just like the odd pair of wolf claws here and there, so at least you can get some attacks off at your regular initiative. And with the 2 wolf claws you get a lot of attacks where you can re-roll your to wound rolls, and of course the wolf claws give you that extra strength, so they're really nice. But I certainly recommend putting in a storm shield or 2 at least for every 3 models. Just give them that bit more survivability. I mean, they're not invincible, but they are pretty tough to kill just from regular infantry, so they do hold their own. Of course, you want to be using them in combat, so to put in the frost axe or frost swords, wolf claws, etc. They're all very good viable options. So yeah, they do get pretty expensive once you get upgrades. For example, the Thunder Hammer Storm Shield is an extra 45 points, which is more than an additional Thunderwolf, so that's worth noting that. I mean, just regular Thunderwolves on their own with no weapon options are still really good choices. As I said, it's 5 attacks base and 6 on the charge, so well worth it. So just go through the book and just talk about the models, as this ended up being a very short video. Now, I know some people don't like the idea of Space Marines riding giant wolves. I sort of understand that. Personally, I think it's pretty cool, something different, makes them stand out from regular Codex vanilla Marines. I think the models themselves are really good. We waited a long time to have them since they were first introduced, and when they came out I think a lot of people were glad. And they've certainly improved in this Codex over the last one. Point per point, they're definitely more worth it now. I think a lot of Space Wolves armies will use them. Now, myself personally, I don't have a Space Wolves army per se. I just I've been using the Codex for some of my corn stuff for Chaos, and I actually have behind me these are some Juggernaut Riders, and I've been using them for the Thunderwolf rules. I actually think the Space Wolves book is really good for a close combat army, and if you're a corn army, which is what I'm doing with these. I think they can be represented quite well for Codex. I know it's not a traditional thing to do, but you know, you get nice Juggernaut riders, which we don't have anymore. So it gets them used. This one's got a Storm Shield and Frost Axe. So yeah, I've been using the Space Wolves Codex for that list. I've only had a couple of games with it, but it's really nice. I really like Thunderwolf Cavalry. Having a Lord on a Thunderwolf mount to go with them is a really good option to take as well. So that's for Thunderwolf Cavalry. If there's any other unit you'd like me to talk about in this series, please leave a comment below. If you're enjoying the series, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video.